What have you done? What have you done to me? You've come this far. You've stripped your enemy of his advantage. Why would you show mercy now? Liar! Haven't you figured it out by now, true soul? I do not serve the Absolute. The Absolute serves me. Bow, you dog. Bow! The prism. You've had it all this time, you worm. You will bow before me. And if you will not bow, you will break. You.
How good it is to see you again, Ketherick. At last you found a godmaster that suits you, it seems.
Halen, the thief. You stole Isabel from me, and now you think you'll take my life in the bargain?
You dare to speak her name. After your crimes innumerable, you would evoke her before me!
Enough! This ends here and now. At last.
He will crumble at the power of your touch. Give him all you have. The gods fight at our side! Let's end this. Got to concentrate. On my way. Victory awaits. It doesn't.
No holding back.
My lord beckons me. You must return to your prison, and my daughter must be reclaimed.
Your daughter? Isabel.
tentacle was colossal. How can such a thing be possible?
The hole yawns back at you, impossibly wide. A single tentacle burrowed through stone.
This must be where they harvest the tadpoles. We're close to the source of the infections.
I wager that devil I meant to rescue somewhere near.
Your father too, if our fortunes are so kind.
Tread carefully. We are very close to the source of the Absolute now. That telepathic storm has become a tempest.
They're not attacking. Perhaps they think we're the same as them.
The stench. I wonder how many pilgrimages to Moonrise ended down here.
No will sparks behind his eyes. His mind has been hollowed out to better echo the commands of the collective.
A cake thrall. The only way to save it is to kill it.
You could kill it, end its miserable life of enslavement. Surely that would be the humane thing to do. Or you could take advantage of its vulnerability and plunder what's left of its hollow mind for anything that could serve you. Blind as well-worn boots, his mind turns to his work. Chop, cut, sort, shiver of impact, crack of bone. He removes the brains, digs free the squirming tadpoles, the unworthy ones given over to the illithids, to become.
Brine pools, but empty of tadpoles.
God.
Unusual.
Is that Missouri?
Harvesting all the larvae indicates they are getting ready for something big.
Mazora, you're Zariel's asset.
My dumb little stinker. Took you long enough. Now, by Grazit's cock, get me out of this thing!
Not yet, Mazora. It's a seller's market now. Time we struck up a new deal.
Is it? Please, enlighten me.
You end it. No more pact, no more debt. Then I set you free, and you flit back to Zariel and leave me for good.
Now, why should I go letting my favorite pet off his leash?
Incredible. You actually think you hold the winning hand?
Fine, I'll play your game. But I amend the pact once I'm freed, not before. Clause F, Section 9. Soulbinder shall bestow reward or favor only upon soulbearer's fulfillment of related obligation. Now, open the pod.
Fine. Let her out.
The controls are open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
You did all right, Will. I'd give your belly a good rub, but never could stand the smell.
You're free, Missoura. I held up my end. Now you hold up yours. Sever the pact.
Clause Z, Section 13. If the Soulbinder consents to separation, she will release the Soulbearer from all obligation within 6 months.
6 months? Gods damn you!
Ignorant thing. It's always the terms and conditions that get you. Another one? Well, after jumping through all those hoops, a little treat wouldn't hurt. All that power. And to think you want to throw it away. Now, you've got business in the towers to take care of. Don't you fret. I'll find you soon enough. You're going to need me. Count on it. Oh, and go ahead. Tell your chums how we met. It's a real cracker of a tale. Ta-ta.
Zariel's asset was none other than Missoura herself. Of course. Tricks on top of tricks on top of tricks. But I've only got 6 months before I'm made a free man. Thanks be to the Triad. No, scratch that. Thanks be to you. These infernal talents are useful, I admit. And once they're gone, I'll have to rely on my wits and my training. They'll have to do. The coast needs the blade, and I have no intention of turning my back on it.
Bring death. General Thorm was attacked. The order to evacuate given. You should not be here. I conclude you are one of the attackers. I have no need for a throne. You could merely get in the way. Go on, make yourself useful somewhere. If you cannot manage that, just stay out of the way. Gather yourselves! Soon, we march to victory!
Assemble. Obey. Evacuate.
Is anyone else's tadpole squirming around a lot more than usual?
Something's roused them. Something significant. 'Cause 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 ' longer a background murmur. The presence in your mind builds to a roar.
We found it. The Absolute is behind this door.
You said it was under control.
It isn't you I answer to, Gortash.
Oh, the general voice. Is this where we salute?
Salute, yes. With cleavers through his blood-starved flesh. How it crawls with failure, like flies on lick-wet carrion.
You forget yourself, Orin. I've played my part.
You've built an army for our masters, true enough. But what of the astral prism? A rogue true soul flaunting it under your nose all this time. And you ran from her.
Sure that they would follow and deliver it into my hands here. If you would cease these distractions.
The distractions have been yours, Ketherick. Perhaps we never should have dug your daughter up. So you haven't lost your edge. But you're still not as sharp as Orin, I wager. The Slayer against the Undying One. That'd be fun to see.
His crypt breath sings to my sinews. Again, 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 again. But he must lead the murder march to Baldur's grave.
If the weapon is truly in your grasp, Ketherick, might I suggest closing your fist? Orin and I can wait for you no longer. The plan proceeds. We're going to the city, and we expect you to follow. Army and the weapon in tow.
The Edict of Bane.
The lash of Ball!
And most powerful creatures in existence, enslaved by mere mortals.
There we are. It wouldn't do to fight in front of our guest. Behold, Duke Ravengard, the Absolute.
Heaven preserve us.
You wag your word flap in vain, Alderling. Once the worm holds the whip, your shredded flesh will serve us.
Shit, no! Father!
Now, it's really time we were going. We will empty this place and begin the march. You may catch up with the army once you've retrieved the weapon. And Ketherick, do try not to sulk. You're supposed to be the fearsome general come to conquer the city. And I am the hero who will save it.
It is time, faithful ones. March on Baldur's Gate. We go to prepare the way!
There you are, as predicted. What is it, I wonder, that draws one toward death like a moth to light? You could have run away, absconded with the prism. The one thing that could prevent me from fulfilling my destiny. But the lure of one's destiny is irresistible, isn't it? Perhaps you hope to learn your place in history before you are erased from it. A bright flash of clarity before the snuffing out. Your place is to die so that I might finally live. Let us speak plainly. My Lord Merkel gave me the one thing I desired, the one thing no other god could grant me. My daughter's life returned. Her heart beating once more. For that, he asked that I serve as his chosen. Join Orin and Gortash to grow the cult of the Absolute, and then take control of it. He's never had a more devoted follower. I have fought great wars before, in the service of other gods and other powers, but for Merkel, I would condemn all of Faerun to death. You are all that stands between me and my destiny. And you have brought the prism here. I will kill you now. And then I will raise you as my servant. With pleasure.